Vera, tell us all about swimming 20 bridges the other day.
Um, it, it was really fun. There was a lot of pretty scenery. Um, yeah, I don't like. It was really pretty, and it went by kind of fast. And I was like, "Look, there are all the bridges." I don't know. I don't know. I kind of lost track what bridge number I was on at one point, and I was like, "They're just pretty to look at." I don't know. I don't know.
Were there any hard parts?
Um, Not particularly hard. The one part that I know that I'll remember is like having to go really, really close to like the seawall at one point because the current was going against me for a couple. I think it was only less than half an hour, but it was just it was weird to be like that close to um like kind of like just a wall in the middle. Like I don't know. I'm not used to that as much. I'm used to swimming in like the middle of a lake.
Right,
It was just
right.
something different. Yeah.
How has the pandemic been for you? Have you been able to swim?
For the most part, in March and April, we were in as much as we could, but for the most part, Margaret and I were doing a lot of running, which is not my particular favorite. I would much rather be swimming.
Yeah, I think a lot of
But
us can.
yeah, um, I don't know. We were getting up every morning and running before school, so that was something we were doing. And then the water finally warmed up enough that we could actually like swim and not freeze. No, like swim longer than the like I don't know, like swim longer distances. And then we were in the water more and more, and just then school finally got out. At the end, it was like, are we ever gonna get out? I don't know. It was just different because of the whole online classes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And yeah.
What did you feel like you were ready for swimming around Manhattan when you got the news?
I did only because I was kind of training so I could swim that way, like longer distances. Like basically, I am still continuing to train. Like I'm going to get to swim the English Channel at the last week in August. So that's like kind of like how I was going through this whole thing. Like I'm still getting to do it, and even if I don't, or then it will be the following year or whatever. Or if I do, then I'm ready and I can do it. It's not.
Mhm. That's great.
That was my take on that this year. So.
That's great. Can you tell us a little bit about how you got started marathon swimming?
Yeah, I live on a small lake in New Hampshire, Lake Willoughby, and my parents wanted me to be water safe, and so we got in swim lessons. And then from our town beach to our house is half a mile. So we were like, maybe let's try to swim across. And then we were like, can we go across and back? And then the distance got progressively longer. And then when I was 10, so yeah, a couple years ago, I did a 3-mile swim at Lake Caspian, which I know is not like a marathon swim, but to me, when I was there, that felt like one, and that's kind of like where I see it started almost, because I fell in love with it right then and there at that swim. And then I just continued adding distance at the end, and then like I did the 6-mile, and then 10, and then the border buster here, Lake Memphremagog, and then I did In Search of Memphre, and then 10.
Last year, right? That you
Yeah.
swam across. That's
In Search of
awesome.
Memphre was 2 years ago.
Oh, was it? Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. So it's been so fast. It's only been, I was
Yeah.
looking at yours. The long swims database has been like 5 years. What is it about that marathon swimming that you think you love so much?
Um, uh, I don't really like. I just know that I love it and that I love to do it. It's hard to like pinpoint something that I particularly love about it. I just love doing it. Like I like putting in the time and like for training, which is most of it. Um, I just love to swim, and that's really where this all kind of like spirals off of. Um,
That's totally fair. How do you feel when you complete a marathon swim?
um, it's kind of a mix of emotions. Like I feel happy and like grateful, and that I even get the chance to do like what I had just done, and everything else. Like I'm just always like happy, and then the rest of it comes after. Like it's always a mix of emotions, but then it feels nice to know that the work paid off and that I got the opportunity to do it as well.
I like that you think of getting the opportunity. I think that
Yeah.
that's huge, you know. Yeah, I'm glad that you think of that. It is a fantastic opportunity that we have when we get to go do these long swims. So
Yeah.
I'm glad you keep that in mind. Can you tell us about a swim that you're the most proud of? Is there anything that was particularly hard?
Um, I am proud of all of the swims I do, and probably one of the ones I'm most proud of for now. I haven't done a whole lot of them, so that's the interesting part. I don't have a huge swim resume.
You do. Yes, you
Yet,
do.
sort of. I don't
But the
know.
things you've
Kind
done
of.
have been amazing.
Kind of. Um, Probably In Search of Memphre. Was probably like my like proudest swim to date. Only because I did have to push through the first like 15 miles in waves and stuff like that. Um, yeah.
Yeah. Was there anything you set out to do that you didn't really finish?
Not yet. I'm very grateful for that. Not yet, but who knows at this point. It
Yeah.
depends on your day and everything else.
How about this when you set a goal for a training swim? How about it? Do you have a goal in mind when you do a training swim? Or do you
Um,
just kind of go out and just see what you feel like?
Most of the time I do have a goal, um like we'll do like a course that we want to do and then see what happens, like kind of like when we get there. We have like a goal in mind, but it doesn't always happen. Sometimes we like stray from the plan, I'll put it that way. But for the most part, like we have a set, like most of the time we just do a route and like see how far it is and what like the time is, as long as it's within like a pace range that I have set before based on the conditions.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite place that you like to swim? You know, you have access to a couple of lakes, but are those tell us where your favorite places.
Um, I don't know. I don't know. I definitely love swimming here at Lake Memphremagog. But probably my favorite lake is Lake Caspian in, I think it's Greensboro, Vermont. Um, just because that's where I fell in love with this sport, and yeah, it's always fun to visit there. Um, I don't know. I don't I care where I swim, but not that much. It's like they're all beautiful in their own ways. So
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about Cork Distance Week when you got to go there.
I went to Cork Distance Week last summer. It's actually a year ago I would have been in Ireland. So July 4th is when we traveled there, which is weirdly ironic, and I still think of that way. Um, and I was swimming about 2 times a day for 2 hours every time. And I don't know, I had a blast there. Like, I don't know, the atmosphere there was awesome. Like, just everything about it was really cool, and I got so much experience, and I met so many cool people that it was just incredible to go there, and it was just really cool.
Somebody asked in the chat, what water temp is the beginning of your comfort zone? Like, when can you start pushing distance?
In the spring, I don't know. This spring I did a 6-hour qualifier. I think the water was like 58.
Wow.
So I don't know, 50. I don't know. I kind of don't look at the temperature. That I look at it as I have an idea of what it is, and then I just get in and have a route and see how my body like is that day. As far as that, like, it's kind of just knowing your body in a way. Like, that's, especially when it is colder, that's kind of what I have done. Like, just you get out when your body's telling you to get out, and then you just see what it is then, like what the time is and the temperature.
Right,
For the
right,
most part.
yeah. Yeah. I know what you
Like,
mean.
for the most part, we have this like little orange thermometer that is meant for like baby baths. And anyway, most of the time my mom will get a reading. She'll say she won't tell us what it is until after we swim, just so that way it's solely off what we like our bodies are telling us, like me and my sister.
That's good. That's smart.
Yeah.
I love that. What about, you were talking about swimming through all the waves and everything during In Search of Memphre. How do you kind of adapt to situations like that when it gets rough?
You just can't, like, I feel like I love the waves, so and like, I don't know, I love the waves. Like, to me that's like fun. I love going in the waves. Anyway. And so for me, that it just becomes really fun, and I kind of struggle when it's like glass clear, because my mind goes somewhere else, and I don't know. Anyway, I kind of just adapt to it in a way, like, if just telling yourself that you can be okay, like, you just have to push through it, because you're not like, it's, I don't know. I have tried to put myself through a lot of different situations, that way when it's time to like deal with a different one, then your body is like, okay, I can deal with it, just how do I? And then I don't know.
Just kind of
It's kind of hard to explain. I'm sorry.
I think we don't apologize. I think we all understand. In a way, it is hard to explain. Do you adapt your technique or anything when the waves get big, or?
Not really. I try to like strive for consistency in my technique. It doesn't always happen, but that's what I try for.
That's great. That's fantastic. Liz asked if what it's like to have Margaret as a training partner.
It's awesome, don't you think, Margaret?
Does she have the same aspirations as you?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think she does, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's really nice having Margaret as a training buddy, and just being able to like have some of the same experiences is really nice too.
Yeah.
I don't know. Margaret, actually, it would have been, the border's still not open for the Canadian border. Margaret was gonna try to swim In Search of Memphre.
Yeah.
But she think it was postponed for a little bit because of the border, but she's not sure yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's a crazy year, right? What's been the
Yeah.
toughest part of this for you, the pandemic situation?
Probably like the hardest part is not knowing really like not knowing if something's going to happen, or like not being able to see all my friends all the time. Like that also was something that like definitely I feel like I was affected by with this, but just not being able to see like all the people that I would normally see in a day, or like not having huge swim events like we normally would go to every year was also something else. Like it was like, interesting. It's not normal. Which kind of, it's just different, and it was weird to adapt to in the beginning, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. What's your kind of outlook for the fall? Do you have any ideas of what the
we're not sure on what our school district is going to decide as far as if we're going back or not. They have looked into a few different options, and we're not sure yet.
Yeah.
I think they're just kind of holding off until it's closer to the school year start.
Right. Who wants to think about school in the middle of July anyway, right?
Yeah.
Just want to have fun. Sue asked what it's like to do a sport that's not very common for folks your age. How is that for you?
I know it is different, but I don't know, like in the community, I feel accepted so much that I almost forget the fact that I am that like a little bit younger than everyone else, because I feel kind of like it's like where I belong in a sense. Like I like have the acceptance of other people, and so it doesn't feel that strange because of all the connections I've made through the open water community. It's just been, like I don't feel as though it's, I don't know.
Doesn't
Sorry.
feel you, so you don't know. That's okay.
Yeah.
So you don't feel when you're like hanging out with your friends, like at school, or
Yeah.
like you don't feel that different because you
No,
open water
like,
swimming. That's awesome.
no. Like I am part of a swim team on near my house in White River Junction, Vermont, Upper Valley Aquatic Center. I'm basically there when I'm not, basically during the school year, because I can't open water swim. And I'm been there since I was 5 years old now. And so, yeah, I don't know. I'm on a swim team when I'm not open water swimming for the most part.
Yeah. What do you think motivates you to keep going when it gets really tough?
I think it's just like my love for this sport. I know that's really weird, but like just the determination that this is what makes me happy to do it, and that I want to, and that I've set a goal. I am ridiculously stubborn. I have been told that a billion times.
It's a great quality.
Yeah, I am not one to particularly give up. I guess that people have definitely said that. So most of the time, like when I put my mind to something, it'll happen one way or another, or something like that. And so it's just, I always have a reason why I would like do a long swim or something like that. It's most of the time because I love doing it, and even when it gets tough, that's something that I definitely go back to. Like I'm doing this because I love this, and not because I have to or anything like that.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's good. What's on your bucket list? Blake wants to know.
Triple Crown, so doing English
Okay.
Channel, Catalina, eventually. I don't know. And maybe someday Ocean 7. Yeah,
She's
those
going
are
for the lists. All right.
I don't know. We'll see where this all takes me. I don't know.
Exactly. Do you have any ideas on how we can include more people in the sport? I'm specifically interested in your perspective because you do a, group or year-round kind of team at home, but you're also involved in open water. Any ideas how we can be more inclusive?
Like I know, like I've tried to get some of my friends to do like shorter swims, like miles. Like I was lucky enough to be part of an event that USA Swimming did sanction that was specifically for kids, and it was a open water event, and it was in New Hampshire. So like having more of that, like USA SA like sanctioned events, that's like the swimming organization that most swim teams have to go through in order to get things okay. Like that's who like sanctions the meets and things like that. For younger kids, I think it's 18. Like basically, once you're younger than 18, it's all under USA Swimming, which just getting more events in that way, and then also like just asking people to go swim. Like I've done that before too. Just having like showing them how fun it is and how it's, I don't know, just how fun it is and that it's, I don't know, cool to do and fun. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have any updates on your English channel for August? Is it supposed to be happening?
I'm still not sure. Yeah, they're not 100% sure because the borders aren't open yet, and so as far as I know, it's gonna happen, but then I have to get there, which is kind of the bigger problem. And the whole like 14-day quarantine thing is gonna be the like, I don't know. We're still trying to figure it out, and no one really knows.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Just swim like it's happening, right? And see what happens. Yeah, for sure. Any advice for aspiring marathon swimmers?
Like just have fun. That's definitely something, and plan for something, but then it could change. Like try to be adaptable, because this sport is definitely all about adapting to what the day brings, or anything like that. Just be ready to adapt and like go with the flow in a way, and just have fun on the way.
That's great advice. I love that. Is there anyone you've particularly looked up to or followed along the way?
There's no like one particular person. I am just, I don't know, like I find it all so amazing. Like I try to watch as many like swimming stories and people's paths as I can, just because I just find so much inspiration for everyone, just like following everyone's story, because like everyone is different and there's always something, and I just find that inspiring, the fact that like this community is there and that like I can like see it, and like that part inspires me, just the different people in it and what they've done and everything. That's kind of like where I draw my inspiration from. It's not so much one specific person, it's kind of like just everyone.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing to be a part of a community where everybody just wants to push their limits, right?
Yeah.
And so it makes you want to see what you can do.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome. Can you tell us, before we'll probably sign off here pretty soon, but any last swimming memories or anything that you could think of that you could share with us? A particularly good swimming memory?
Probably one, there's so many, it's hard to choose.
You can tell me more than one.
Okay. Probably one of them was when I finished the, it would be this, I was really little. It was the 1 mile at Kingdom Swim, and I remember all these people who had just were walking out of the water like nothing was happening, and they had just been swimming since 5 o'clock in the morning for the border buster. I just remember it like watching it all, like, wait, what? I'm tired, and I did a 1 mile, and they're like doing a billion miles. I just remember like looking at them like, weird, but I love it. I just was like, huh, interesting. That's definitely one swimming memory that I do remember. Like, just, and then, yeah, that was definitely one that I definitely remember.
I had a similar experience after my 1 mile swim at Kingdom Swim. They didn't have the border buster at the time, but I was 35. Yeah. So, anyway.
I don't know. I just remember like watching all these people come out of the water, and I was like, they've been swimming forever.
Exactly. Yeah.
They come out of the water like they just came out like nothing happened, and I'm like, wow, how did that happen?
Exactly. How do they do that? You want to tell us a little bit about a typical training week for you before we go?
Okay, I train probably 6 times a week, probably on average. Normally, during the summer, it's normally around like, I get in the lake almost 6 times a week, and it's probably like anywhere from like 3 to 5 miles a day. And then sometimes we do, probably twice a week, we do longer ones. So like, we live at the part of a lake that we can go around like 3 islands, and it's around like 4 miles. And so we'll do that like twice or something like that instead of just the once or something, or we'll go to one side of the island more, and then we'll cut across. We do different things like that.
Do any dry land?
I do dry land. I do some Pilates and that kind of stuff. I do like yoga as well, some yoga, and yeah, I do stuff like that. I don't know.
Those are great cross training for sure.
Yeah. And then the running, because my Margaret got a dog recently, and she has a lot of energy, so we've been doing a lot of running with the dog.
That's great. Oh man, thank you so much for your time today, Vera. It's really fun to talk to you.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. This has been really fun.
I hope that you I hope things come together for the fall if they're supposed to, right? We should go, and if it's not safe, we can always go back another time, right?
Yeah.
All right. Keep swimming. We'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Thanks, Shannon. Take care, guys.
Bye.